Hello and welcome to this vlog. My name is Merete. I live on the coast, kind of northwest in the south of Norway. Norway is a very long country. I have a podcast in Norwegian together with a friend of mine who is called Janne. We do everything in Norwegian. And that is something we have decided to do and to continue to do. But the last time now I have been thinking more and more about doing some extra episodes in English. That is because some of the viewers have asked me to do it. They watch even though they don't understand anything. And now I'm going to Orkanger, to a kind of a kick-off. There's a festival called Midtnorsk Strikkefestival. They're having a retreat. Patricia, who is P. Fortune or Knitography, maybe you know her, she will have a lot of foreign podcasters on a kind of a retreat. And I'm going to meet them, and some of them are actually podcasters I know already. And I thought maybe I could do a kind of an introduction of myself. My accent is not very good, I'm sorry for that. You will, I guess, hear that I'm Norwegian, but I have studied English. I have just never lived in an English-speaking country, and I haven't got all the, especially not the knitting vocabulary, very fresh, so I have to work on that. But this is kind of an introduction, and we will see if I will do it more in the future or not. And if you watch me in Norwegian, you don't have to watch this. This is nothing new. And I thought, because I knit a lot, and I mean a lot, and I think I knit mostly from Norwegian designers, and that is something I do because I want to support them. But now when I do this in English, I would like to focus a little bit more on the patterns I use that you may find in English. So if you like what I show, you can actually make it yourself. So I don't know if I'm going to say so much about myself. I am something with 40 years old, not 50 yet. I have a husband and 4 kids, and we have kind of 2 houses. We have a farm we bought 6 years ago. We have to live there partly because regulations. But we do a lot of knitting cafes or retreats, different cultural activities there, and we have tourists. But what I'm actually, my occupation is teacher. So I teach mostly Norwegian. Yes, now to my knitting. I think just that's what I'm going to do, and this is just, I wanted to try. And I have made some notes. I thought I would show you some of my favorites. That's a good starting point, I think. And I have Ravelry, so when I think it's difficult to say about the yarn because we don't use the fingering and all those sorts of categories. So you will find everything in Ravelry. I may have written everything in Norwegian, some of it in English. I can just have a look. Maybe add something. I am wearing one of my favorite jackets or cardigans. This is absolutely, this is my favorite designer. Her name is Pinneguri, or not her name, that's her designer name. She is Myhre. She has made a lot of nice patterns, and this is the flea cardigan. That's the English name, and that is absolutely easy for you to find in Ravelry. I knit very much from finull, Rauma. You may have heard about it, I'm not sure, but this is Norwegian wool 100%. I love this, and it's called flea because it's knit from its top down. So we call it lice. The Norwegian, typical Norwegian pattern would be with lice, so that's when the stitches are knit bottom up. They will go like this, but here they are upside down. Then they are kind of flea, as a kind of a word humor there. I actually made this by looking at the flowers in my garden, I think it was in September, and I found these colors and I put them into a jacket. I'm sorry about the break. One of my favorite designers, Pinneguri, have made this, the flea cardigan, and I have knitted a lot of them because I wear it a lot, this one, and so I had to make several more, and I use them quite a lot, and I will show you some of them. This is the first one I made. The second one I made was to my daughter, and she is not the same size, so it's smaller. This is the same kind of yarn, Finull and PT2. That's actually Finull now. They have been made into one brand, Norwegian wool. I love these colors, and I love the way that you can play with colors. So it's not difficult. You have the pattern, and then very easy. Most part of it is really easy. You can have a little bit of a waist. I don't know the name now. You can have it like so it's more close to your body. So this is for my daughter, and I made another one. I have actually two more. This is the same pattern. I think just when I use other colors, it changes very much. It becomes almost like you wouldn't know it would be the same pattern. The colors are totally different. Pink, orange, a bit, not maybe the most typical way of combining colors, but I love these. And green. And a light bottom color. I think that's it gives another expression to it. This is made by a yarn that is Osk from Hillesvåg, Norwegian yarn, Norwegian wool, and I love it. I have worn it quite a lot. And I have one more of the flea cardigans. That's made in a totally different yarn. But still, you know, you can see my favorite colors. This one is made of a mohair and wool blend. Norwegian mohair goats in Telemark, where I actually come from. And the mohair is strong, it's more shiny, and I love it. And these colors are almost like a garden in the springtime. I pick flowers in the springtime and I put them together like this. And I use this not so much. I finished it in the summer. I have to kind of, I think maybe wash it one more time because I think it's a little bit itchy right now. Pinneguri, she has another really famous pattern. I've knit two of those, and now I see I have only one lying around here, but this is Angry Sheep cardigan. This is also Finull, the same yarn from Rauma. Knit from top down, and that's why we have the angry sheeps, because their eyes goes like this. Not the happy faces, but I think they're quite cute. This one is a little bit small to me, so I asked my daughter. She said she had enough cardigans. I can't believe how anybody could have enough of that. I also made a contrast color here, and I didn't think of it in the beginning, but I thought about it in the end. So I have this here also, here. I have to practice the names of all this. What is the English name? I listen to a lot of English podcasts, but when I'm going to say the word, it's gone. I'm sorry. I have 2 or 3 more things to show you. I love to knit shawls. And when the first English language pattern I think I ever used was Stephen West. Of course I had to knit Stephen West. So the first one I made was Vertices Unite. I did some mistakes. I used a translation, the Danish. That is not correct. There's something wrong with the abbreviations. I don't remember exactly what. So the vertices does not unite, as you can see here. But this is also Finull from Rauma, and I love it. It's the small version. I have made several more, but I think I have to make more episodes if I'm going to show you all. But this shawls, I mean, I love shawls. And then I made a exploration station. Hand-dyed yarn. Some of it is wool Myhre, some is from a Norwegian yarn store called Fortuna. I think I knit this in 6 days because there was a cal I wanted to join. I knit like a crazy, and 2-color brioche was my first time, I think, and I loved it. So this is also one of my favorites. I use it a lot. I have made several more Stephen West shawls, and I can do that in another episode. I also have some sock knitting. That is not really my favorite, but I do it quite a lot because I need socks and my family needs socks. We have 4 kids. All these that I'm going to show you are kind of new, so they're not worn. These are one of my favorites. I have to start using them soon. They're so pretty, I almost just have to keep them as something to look at. This is Roses Are Red. Isn't it? I have to think. Yeah. Sophia Kammerborn of the Kammerbornia podcast. A lovely pattern. I have made 3 of these. I think this would be like fingering weight. You will find it in my Ravelry profile. Roses Are Red. Nei. Oh, these are not Roses Are Red. I thought there was something wrong when I said it. That's mittens. So this is Longing for Gotland. I'm so sorry, I had too many names. Longing for Gotland socks. I'm sorry. Just there was a rose here. I just got confused. I have knit a sock pair that is Jorge Locatelli. The yarn was a little bit thick, so they were a little bit strange. But this is 2-color socks. It's a sports weight, I think, more than a fingering weight. That is why they ended up a little bit. But I can use them. I like them. I have some funny socks also. These are called Kjerringbord socks. They are from a traditional Norwegian, kind of a new print that Wenche Roald made from Anniken Sibbenbøl. I could say a lot more about that in another episode if you want to hear, but this is a really old elements put into more, let's say, thick socks. Kjerring meaning woman, and she dances or what she does, and she has a skirt that may look like me. I think it's really funny. I love this one. The yarn is thick, and this is wool and a little bit of polyester. I also make quite a lot of mittens, and Skander, who is Skander Knits, she has so many nice patterns, and I made, for instance, these. This is the mystery cal from or 1 year ago. They are called julenatt, meaning the Christmas, night before Christmas. They are also made in this Rauma yarn. Almost everything I do is lovely. My youngest had this one out in the snow one day, and it got a little bit felted, and they are so soft. Amazing how they change. These are not felted. These are a little bit thicker yarn, but still Skander knits. A little bit difficult to see the pattern because the contrast is not so high, but still delicate. But the pink is hand dyed by somebody I know. They are called Marit because Selbu mittens was they were kind of invented by a girl named Marit, and Skander Knits renamed her mittens after Marit, which is a Norwegian very common name, female name. I also have some socks. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, and the reason I know that is because Kias Bod, who has a Swedish and English podcast. She is so inspiring, and she's the one who inspired me to do this both in Norwegian and English. I don't know if I will do that for every episode, probably not, but she has a knit along. She will pick a free pattern every month in 2020, and this is the pattern that she chose for the first month. Yeah, it's called, and I have the pattern somewhere, On the Fence by Fishhead Creations. Nice, easy pattern. I liked it. I don't love to knit socks, as I said, but I have to do it sometimes. And Kia also, she's making her own pattern. I have a test knit for her. So this is something that is up and coming. This is knit in Caesar. That is a fingering, I know. Wool and polyester blend. And they are called Spring Heart Socks. Will come on Ravelry in quite a short time, I think. So this is my work in progress. I have lots of works in progress, but that's one of them. I have something I'm going to make. I'm going to meet Sofia Kammerborn quite soon in Orkanger. And I wanted to knit something that she has designed when I meet her. So I'm going to make the shawl Shimmering. I have made shawls that look quite very much like this before, but she has just another way of putting the stripes with some pearl. Well, I cannot say I have to take a look at it, but I like it, and I like her patterns. This is the yarn I'm going to use. It's hand-dyed blue-faced Leicester, Nina Petrina, Norwegian hand-dyed. She's really good, and I have sewed it for 3 years, I think. I have to use it now. I may need another color. I don't know exactly what that will be yet. I am going to make another shawl from Skander Knits, and that's Lysning. It's based on the Faroese shawl. It is not the usual lace. I think it's this will be my problem. I don't have the words in English. I have to make better notes. I will show you when I finish, or when I start, I mean, if I'm going to make another episode in English. I don't know how I feel about this. I just wanted to make a short introduction, who I am, some of the things I knit, and maybe Janne also will join a little bit. We wanted to do an episode together, but we have to drive for almost 2 hours to get to each other, so we didn't make it today. We will make an episode where we put together different. I record and she record. She's not that fond of talking English, but we will see what we will do, and she's an expert. She does so many nice things that you would love to see. But right now I'm really looking forward to go to Orkanger 1st of March to meet Ninja Chickens. I want to knit her the seer. I don't know if I don't think I have the time to start before I go there. I know that Rachel from Treehouse Knits, she will be there. Sofia Kammerborn, like I said, and even some more. Did I say Rachel from Treehouse Knits? Yes, I said. Oh, I don't feel really comfortable doing this in English, but we will see what I will do in the future. I am on Ravelry, I have Instagram, we have Facebook group, but that's mostly in Norwegian. So, and I think in Norwegian we say strikk på landet, which would mean word for word that would be knitting in the countryside, and I think in English that would be countryside knitting. So if I do something more in English, it will be countryside knitting, and that will just be a bonus kind of. So we'll see. Well, have a nice day. Goodbye.